Hello students, once again I'm back to show you how to do the evaluation section of the critique, and while I'm here I'm going to change the name of this to evaluation because I just noticed that it was still saying description. Okay, so we are still working on the Marcel Duchamp piece. Okay, every piece of art in the world fits into 4 categories of purpose. It is either true to life and imitates reality, which means it's realistically rendered, it represents something, or it's created for a perfect relationship among art elements. That applies to abstract artworks. Or it expresses ideas, feelings, and emotions. That's realistic or abstract artworks. Or it advances human interests, a purpose, or a cause, which is religious, historical, political, propaganda, or advertising. In this section, you must decide which type of artwork our piece for the week is, and then explain why you think that using the visual facts of the artwork. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about these 4 types. You only get to choose one, because I've had students who would just pick all 4 because they didn't know how to make a choice. They weren't sure, so they just chose them all. I want you to really think about what kind of artwork this is and pick the one that is the primary purpose of the artwork. It very well, so the only 2 that are in conflict are 1 and 2. It's got to be either 1 or 2, but it could also be 3 and 4. But sometimes it might just be 1 and 3 or 2 and 3, or maybe it'll just be 2 and 4 or something like that. But you only get to choose one, okay? So choose well and wisely. Excuse me. The first question is, what philosophy of art applies to this artwork more than the others? I just found another typo, so I'm going to fix it while I'm talking to you. When I say philosophy of artwork, what I mean is one of these 4 philosophies, okay? One of these 4 purposes. All right, so what philosophy of artwork applies to this artwork more than the others? This artwork is, so what is this artwork? Let's look here. Is it true to life and imitates reality? Is it designed for a perfect relationship among art elements? I'm going to tell you right now that if I were you, I would reserve that one for abstract artworks because it is a really difficult one to defend. And if you want to try, go for it. But you have to defend your answer. So if you're not sure, don't pick that one, okay? I'm going to say that this is number 1, true to life and imitates reality. Now, having said that, if you read about this piece of artwork, now, and let me tell you about why I'm going to say that first. It is a 100% realistic depiction of a urinal, okay? But that he is called Fountain. But it also could be advances human interests, a purpose, or a cause. Marcel Duchamp was trying to make a statement about what art is. If you want to learn more about the statement that he was making, then you should go read the article in Google Arts and Culture. You could also read a Wikipedia article about this piece. But if you don't know what the statement was that he was trying to make, then don't choose this one. This is the easiest one to choose in this picture because it is obviously and realistically a representation of a urinal. But if you read the article and you know the story behind this, you could choose this. And then down here where it says based on your answer in the previous question, explain how or why the artwork fulfills the purpose that you selected. Be specific. Well, I'm sticking with true to life and imitates reality because I'm trying to keep this simple for your first stab at doing analysis. So I chose true to life and imitates reality. So based on my answer in the previous section, this artwork is true to life and imitates reality because it is obviously a representation, a realistic representation of an actual urinal. All right? Describes the craftsmanship in this artwork. Let's talk about craftsmanship. Craftsmanship is how well constructed and well executed the artwork is. Okay? So if your goal was to do a realistic portrait painting of your mother, Does it look like your mother? Is it an exact representation of your mother? Well, then it's excellent. Is it pretty close? Well, then it's very good. Is it might be your mother, might be your mother's sister, might be someone else who looks like your mother? Well, that would be good. Is it not very good? Did the artist not take his or her time and just do a really poor job? Well, then it's poor. Is it sloppy? Is it not finished? Okay. So this one is a harder one to do. And as long as you can explain your answer and it fits with the visual facts of the artwork, I will accept it. So even I have a difficult time choosing this, and I've been using Marcel Duchamp's fountain as an introduction to what is art for years and years. So based on true to life and imitates reality, I would say it's excellent because it is, in fact, a urinal. It is an exact representation of a urinal. That was not his point, though. So if we were going to go with advances human interests, a purpose, or a cause, I would also say excellent, because 103 years later, people are still discussing whether or not this is really art and why. So he did advance a purpose, a cause. The cause was questioning, what is art? All right, so which adjective below describes the level of originality of the subject and idea? So now that I've told you what his purpose was in doing what he did by taking that urinal and putting it in an art show and saying, this is art because I said so, I would say that that is highly original. No one had ever done anything crazy like that before, and it caused quite a stir. And as I just mentioned, it's been causing a stir for 103 years. If you were going to go with true to life and imitates reality, that was the purpose of the artwork, then I would say not original. There's millions and millions and millions of these things, or maybe hundreds of thousands and thousands, probably millions of these things. All right, so that's not very original. So that's what I would put right here. All right, the analysis section is the section of the art critique that most students find the most challenging. So I would encourage you, don't become discouraged. If you have difficulty, ask questions. Talk to your friends about it. Have a discussion, okay? You can also ask me questions, but the further we move through the semester, the more I want you to start to rely on your own answers. So if you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day, and goodbye.